What's up, everybody? Welcome to 3D Rivals, your first line of defense against stupid movies. My name is DJ, and as always, I am joined by my co-host, my sister Doreen.
What's up? What's up?
My brother Derek.
What's up, everybody?
And my friend Dan, who's apparently
What's going on, people? What's up, people?
You're right there.
I'm good.
All right.
I'm good, man.
All right.
This is how I look. This is how I look. This is my resting face.
Alrighty, so let's talk about The Mandalorian. Season 2, episode 1 came out this past Friday, and I don't know, I thought it was a pretty good opener to the season. I thought it was a good episode. What about
I thought
you
it was.
I thought it was fine. I don't know. Star Wars isn't really my jam. It was fine though. I mean, it's certainly not bad, but
It's interesting because I like The Mandalorian because while it connects to the Star Wars universe and you get all of the Easter eggs and whatnot in it, I like it because it's not very Star Wars-y, you know? Like, it's different.
I mean, true. But at the same time, in my head, I'm like, this is Star Wars, and maybe that's just me, like, now I don't want to watch it.
No, because to me it feels very much like a Western. The entire first season, and then even this episode, I was like, "This is like a Western. It's just a space Western, I guess."
Okay,
Yeah.
It's the first season.
Yeah, I feel like it has a very restaurant feel.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I kind of like that how the whole episode was just about this one thing, like, oh, we need to kill the dragon. So that was cool. It was different than, you know, there's a lot of walking in this TV show.
Because it's a Western. But yeah, actually, the entire season for the first season was like that. Each episode was like about one thing. Like, you know, they connected, but every episode was about just one thing, which, you know, pretty awesome. So this episode, like Doreen mentioned, was to defeat the dragon. Well, obviously he had to go and he's trying to find out where to take the Baby Yoda thing, and which led him back to Tatooine, and they had to fight a dragon. That's the gist of the episode. I thought it was cool. One of the things I liked the most was they kind of like expounded upon the Sand People, because like from the movies, you know, they're just like crazy things that attack people.
Yeah.
And you got like a real backstory and understanding of them. I was like, wow, that's cool. Like, it fleshed that part of the universe out. I thought that was pretty cool.
Did it? I don't remember this at all.
The Sand People?
When did they get a fleshed out storyline?
Well, okay. I mean, just it explains who they are, and basically, and they're not like they're.
But didn't they just take over that little city and kill people?
What?
How was that a good backstory for them?
The Sand People?
Aren't those people with the little weird faces?
Yeah, the weird mask things on. Yeah, they didn't take over.
Weren't they mad at them because they killed people? This is why they didn't want to help them?
Yeah, they're raiders.
Yeah.
They're raiders. It's true.
Okay, I still saw how that was their backstory.
No. Okay, maybe I shouldn't use backstory. I was just saying that, like, you get a new understanding
But what
of that character.
they're not that nice?
Yeah, but I don't. What?
I guess the safe thing to say is that they expounded on them a little bit more in this episode.
Yeah, they flushed them out.
There
like,
it is.
they have a language. They communicate with each other. They have a civilization. It may not be, you know, up to the standards of everyone else because they're still raiders and they're still ruthless. But before, you know, they just seem like wild people. And then here, like, you see them negotiating and stuff like that. It kind of fleshed out who that race of people were.
Okay.
So now we can kind of like them a little bit.
Okay.
I feel like we can't, though. Can't we?
I still didn't like them after the fact that I didn't.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you digging deep for that one, but okay.
All right, I wasn't saying we had to like
Yeah, before it was just like, man, I can't stand these fools. They just,
right? Yeah, basically.
Start shooting and everything. It's like, what? Get out of here, man. Go. Now it's like, oh, okay. Now I get it.
Yeah.
More like that.
Okay.
Exactly. With dancing.
Okay.
So you had that plus the arm just the callbacks. You had the Boba Fett armor in the episode, which everybody thought was going to be Boba Fett at first, and it wasn't.
That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
And then this dude.
Oh, this is I need to know Star Wars. I had no idea that's what that was.
Yeah, he was.
You don't know anything about Star Wars?
If y'all can see my face right
I didn't know.
We can.
Yes, we can see your face right now.
now. Dude.
Yeah, we can definitely see your face right now.
Oh, I
Dude.
didn't know.
Dude.
Yeah.
You don't know anything about Star Wars?
I seen the first 3, but I don't know nothing about it though.
Well, he was in.
He was in there.
He was in there.
Yeah, he was in there.
He was the reason why his armor was there because in the last movie of the 70s, he fell into that little pit on that planet. That's why his armor was there.
Yeah, because it spit his armor out.
Yeah. With John.
Oh, I don't.
Couldn't digest it.
So, is he dead?
No, he was
Yes.
at the end of the movie. The last scene in the movie showed him.
But he lost his armor,
I think he gave up his armor.
and that's what the guy was wearing.
That's what the guy was wearing.
Oh, so that's how he knew he wasn't a real Mandalorian?
He knew he
Well,
was.
one, because you can't show your face.
Yeah, he immediately
supposed
took his
to.
helmet off, and you're not supposed to. So he knew he wasn't a man.
Oh, okay. That was like my main question. Like, how did he know he's not a Mandalorian? All right, got it.
Also, I mean, Boba Fett, he really doesn't follow the rules either because he took his helmet off in the movies and stuff. Not the original ones, but the prequels.
Oh, yeah, he sure did.
Yeah.
Well,
so-
do the prequels count?
yes, they're canon.
Yeah.
No, maybe it's the rule that. Wait, is the Mandalorian a real thing?
Yes, it is
Yes.
not a race, but it's like a religion.
Well, wait a minute. I meant like, is it a real thing? As in, it was always a part of the storyline and not something we just made up for this TV series.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it was always the thing. Always
Yeah.
the thing.
There's a whole fleshed out backstory. It started off as a race of people.
You're really into this whole fleshed out word, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. My bad.
Hey, you like what you like, man. You like what you like. Go ahead.
Right. But yeah, no. So like it started off, it was a race of people, and I forget. I watched a video on YouTube once when I was bored at work, and eventually it just became a way of living, and they had rules and stuff. They're basically a warrior race of people. Which
Okay.
is why you always have to wear your armor. And have
That's why he made mention that he was adopted
Mhm.
and raised by them. He's not
Okay.
actually of that race.
Yeah, well, most Mandalorians aren't actually like of that. I don't even know if that alien race exists anymore. But yeah.
All right, got it.
Yep.
But we're guaranteed to see that guy again because I feel like he's too famous to have just been in one episode, right?
I don't know. There's been some famous people in like one-offs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
but Rosario Dawson's going to be in this season.
Okay.
She's coming up.
Rosario.
Yeah. So more famous people. I mean, Ming-Na Wen was in last season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They pick up some names. Yeah, so he may show up again, but yeah, I guess next episode we're gonna see what happened with the actual Boba Fett.
How do we know that?
Because he showed up at the end of the episode. The guy they showed at the end of the episode, that was Boba Fett.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I thought Boba Fett was played by someone different in the movies.
No, that's the
No.
person that played him in the prequels.
Mm-hmm.
In the prequel. Wait, does this take before or after Star Wars?
This is after Luke blew up the second.
Yeah, because it made mention of it in the episode of what happened after the Death Star blew up.
Yeah,
The second
He
Death
said in the
Star.
second.
And I was like, there is more than one.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah,
original
you always got to make
movies-
more than one.
Okay, so
Yeah,
we have to
the
bring
first movie,
Doreen
they
up to
blew up
speed.
the first one, and the last movie they blew up the second one.
Yeah. So to not confuse you, this takes place in between the end of the very first movies and the beginning of the new movies that came out recently.
Okay.
It's in between that time period, closer to the end of the very first 70s movies.
Okay. All right.
That's the time period this takes place in.
So the guy they showed at the end played Boba Fett, not in the 70s movies, but the movies that came out in the 2000s?
Right.
Yeah.
Because those take place chronologically before the 70s movies. All right, I don't really want to...
Right, because in the movies in the 2000s, you learned that they cloned him.
Yeah. So the actor actually played someone called Jango Fett, and he had a son which was a clone of himself, so he would look exactly the same when he's a dog. His son was Boba Fett, and that's who we saw at the end of this episode.
I'm confused.
You should watch the movie.
Maybe this is why she doesn't enjoy this, but I don't know. Like, I feel like Mandalorian you can watch without watching any Star Wars stuff and still enjoy it. Like,
apparently not.
Yeah,
There was a whole guy at the end, and I'm like, who is that?
okay, if you didn't watch Star Wars at the end, you're just like, oh, that's someone important. I feel like it would still be enjoyable.
Yeah.
But you was like, obviously the next episode is about Boba Fett or whatever, and I'm like, I don't know who. And I'm like, how are we supposed to know that? And he's like, they showed him at the end. How was I supposed to know that? But I didn't know that's who he was.
You weren't supposed to. I just mentioned it. It's okay. I do feel like you don't have to watch the rest of the Star Wars stuff to enjoy this. The things they put in are just really small tidbits that you can get like extra enjoyment from, going like, hey, I recognize that. But I don't think it like has a big bearing on the rest of the story. Obviously, they will explain to the viewers who Boba Fett is if they have him show up in the next few episodes.
Okay. You let me know if they explain it, because I don't think they will.
Okay. I mean, as the importance to this story, I think they will.
Okay.
There was a few more Easter eggs towards the beginning of the episode. If everyone remembers, not Doreen, obviously, the first Star Wars movie, Luke was buying an R5 droid and it broke, and that's why he got R2D2. The droid that the mechanic lady had at the beginning of this episode was that R5 droid.
R5, yep.
Yeah. I was like, wow, that was pretty awesome. Nice little Easter egg there. It was a lot of little Easter eggs that was pretty cool.
Dig it.
Yes.
Without me? Because I'm like, I don't know what you guys are talking about.
We're going to have to review some Star Wars movies. I feel like we're going to have to review some Star Wars movies.
I feel like we should.
Yeah.
We should definitely do some Star Wars movies.
We probably should.
Yeah. Not the prequels. I can't. I tried to rewatch them.
We don't have to do the prequels.
We can do episode 1.
We can just do...
Phantom Menace is okay. Episode 2 is...
Yeah, I'm with you.
It was torture. It was torture to watch. Like, literal torture.
Oh, that's our rating system.
Yes. Yeah.
It was torture.
But pretty cool. I don't know. I thought the scenes were really good in this with the dragon and everything. It was not suspenseful, but exhilarating. I don't know what kind of word to use there. Exciting.
It was fleshed out.
Why did they do the cow with the bomb thing first? I feel like that's would have been like my first move.
I don't know. Wait, it's having the cow get swallowed with the bombs on it?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Otherwise, what's the point of putting bombs on a cow?
I don't know. Well, last time they put a cow there, it didn't even eat the cow.
The guy was running too slow. He obviously veer to the left and run faster. He like fell, and I'm like, "What you doing?"
I saw that. I was like, "Dude." So maybe that's why they didn't use it the second time. They were like, "Last time we used these cows, it just didn't even go for it." It didn't. It came out going straight for the guy. Like, it went straight for him.
And a better plan.
I don't know. How do you defeat a dragon? Apparently, you get swallowed and blow it up from the inside.
Also saw that coming though, right?
I did. Eventually, I saw that coming. Yeah.
I still think they could have started off with the cow, and then maybe not be so close to the cave opening.
Also, maybe they did it because they wouldn't have an episode if they had.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure like how do you slay a dragon, and I'm like, I don't know, not the way they were doing it with them little sticks and strings and whatnot.
Well, I think they were trying to lure it out because they needed it to be on top of the bomb so they can blow it up.
And they was going to like drag it to the bomb with those little grappling hooks that they made.
No, they were
out of some trees.
Angry. I thought it was messed up like a few times when it went underground and then like it came up on top of the mountain and it just spewed acid on top of everybody. That was dirty. I was like,
that was kind of gross.
I was like, okay, I did not expect that. I don't know who the director for this particular episode was. I mean, I feel like they did a good job.
Well, I would agree. I didn't really have any faults with the episode.
It said
it's
Jon
just I don't
Favreau.
understand.
Jon Favreau did this episode? Okay.
Yeah.
I know he's a producer, but he doesn't direct every episode.
Yeah. They have him listed as directed, produced it, and written.
Okay. All right, pretty good episode. We know Taika Waititi is a director too. He shows up, so we'll see if he does another episode. I think Taika Waititi did the last episode, I think, of the first season. Yeah.
They have 5 directors listed. Taika Waititi is not listed.
Oh,
as
for this season, he's not in it? Okay.
No.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay.
Oh, is anyone concerned? Like, he keeps leaving that little baby behind. Like, that's bad parenting, right? Like, he keeps literally walking away from this thing. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm like, how is he not going to get kidnapped or something?
It's in he controls the thing with his armband.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's like, we're in a bar. Then he's just like, yeah, let's just walk outside and see what this earthquake's about. Like, what are you doing?
Oh, yeah, he did leave it in there.
He left it.
I don't know.
It'll be all right.
I just thought, like, I mean, he's like, oh, like, I must protect the child or whatever. Then you walk away from it.
Sometimes you have to walk away from your child, okay? I don't,
It's true. I walk away from my children all the time. I always go back and get them though.
Like they're okay in the toy section of the store. But did somebody actually do that? I was like, what? They like left their
What? Leave them in the toy section?
Yeah, actually, my wife said people be like leaving their kids in the store and then go somewhere else in the mall. Which
What?
I'm like,
Yeah. See that I'm like, no.
what?
Too many places you can get to in the mall. Too many people up and down and around. Like, nah.
Like, what are you doing?
Nah. Too many creepy people at the mall.
Right, just waiting for you to leave your kids behind.
Yeah, I feel like this episode's touched on prejudice too, right? Because everybody's like, oh, they're savages and stuff like that, and which, I mean, I guess they're not savages. They're kind of ruthless though. But yeah, so it kind of shown like you can't judge a book by its cover or ruthless actions, I guess.
In this case, it would be actions.
Yeah.
Yeah. We get what you're trying to say, though.
Yeah. Well, they did touch on that a little bit in the episode. It was pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. I had a lot of fun with this episode. It got me pretty hyped for the rest of the season. But I think the rest of the season is going to be good. Yep.
Yeah, I think so too. Because a lot of times, with new shows, especially with these streaming services, the first season to be like, oh man, that was great, and then the second season come out and it fall off.
They iron fisted.
Iron Fist. So yeah.
No, I mean,
I didn't really like Iron Fist at all.
Iron Fist was bad.
Oh yeah, but yeah. But I wanted to have an open mind with it, and I enjoyed the first episode. So
yeah, it definitely seems like they're keeping like the same type of format as they did in season 1, which is what made it really good to begin with. So, yeah, really good. All right. Well, I guess that's all our thoughts. Anybody else had thoughts on Mandalorian?
It was fine. I don't know about making me hyped for the rest of the season.
We need you to watch Star Wars.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. You're gonna have to, like, just to. I mean, I don't know if that's gonna get you hype either, because I just feel like you're just not gonna.
Yeah, like you don't have to be a hardcore fan, but like,
yeah, like,
yeah,
you know, but just the people, just so you can like be up to speed on certain things.
On certain things,
like, oh, okay, I get this, I get that, you know.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, now I realize I was missing things I didn't realize I was missing.
Absolutely. At least you
got something you can do this week. Watch some Star Wars.
I don't know who Yoda is, so that doesn't count.
I don't know. You watched the old movies and you didn't know who Boba Fett was. So.
I barely remember those movies. I'm not sure if I've ever seen the entire of any one of those.
Yeah, those movies aren't bad. No, I mean, the original movies are pretty good, which is why.
Yeah, I will say that. I will say that. Like, even now, the original movies holds up.
Are they on Disney Plus?
They are. I'm gonna give a disclaimer to them on Disney Plus. They've put out the latest edition that George Lucas has done, and the movies are still good, but he does some weird kind of additions and editing into the movies that were not in the originals. And
is it just different editing, or is it new scenes or something?
Some new scenes. Like there's a number with this alien singing for no reason. Some new audio takes for some reason. Like he's done over some audio with some really weird stuff. I don't know.
Huh?
Yeah.
What level of weird are we talking?
Well, like when Obi-Wan Kenobi first met Luke, Luke was being attacked by the Sand People, and. Yes, I know. I'm sorry. And Obi-Wan Kenobi, interesting enough, he faked a Krayt Dragon call, which is the dragon that we saw in this episode, to scare them away. And in the re-edit, instead of the Krayt Dragon call, it was like some really weird, I can't emulate it, but it's a really weird sound that sounds just, I don't know. I'm like, why did you do this? It was strange. Yeah. So
you can't make the sound for us?
No, I refuse.
Okay, well, considering how I don't remember these movies, I don't think it really matters which one I see.
Yeah, okay.
Will it hurt my experience?
I don't know. If I'm judging by that sound, maybe.
I don't think it would, but we are talking about Doreen, so.
Yeah.
I said that. What does that mean?
Hmm. Yeah.
I think
you're pretty critical of stuff.
Yeah, stuff like, everything.
That's not true. I just said this show was fine. I wasn't critical of it at all. I just don't understand.
Okay. Yeah, maybe we'll do that so we can do what? We'll do a Star Wars review of Star Wars movies.
Are these movies long?
The first ones, no. Actually, they're not that long at all, I don't think.
Okay, good.
I think Empire Strike Back and Return of the Jedi is pretty long.
Maybe. Will you be shocked to find out that Darth Vader is Luke's father?
Ha. Ha ha ha.
I just like the Emperor.
Like, yeah, you really just haven't.
I just like the Emperor. The Emperor, that's my dude.
Yeah.
The Emperor?
Yeah. The Emperor.
The swag, like a swag? Or just his, like, very...
Like, he's just...
Everybody's personality.
He's just, like, creepy, but, like... You think, like, Darth Vader is this big, bad dude, but it's just, like, the Emperor is controlling everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the Emperor don't even do anything, and he just bring them to me.
That was spot on.
If he doesn't join the dark side, he will die.
When he was telling Luke to kill him so he can go to the dark side, and he's like, "Do it."
Do it. Let the hate flow through you.
Y'all having fun with this, ain't y'all?
Because of that scene on Family Guy.
Yeah. Oh, maybe, okay. All right, Doreen, what if instead of watching Star Wars, you watch Family Guy Star Wars?
You watch that Family Guy episode with the Star Wars? Okay.
Yeah.
I
Basically the same thing.
There's a Family Guy Star Wars?
Yes.
They did all
Yeah, they
three.
did like a whole,
Yeah, it's amazing.
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
I'll watch that.
Yeah, they did all three. It's hilarious.
I'll tell you guys about it next week.
Okay.
Because you remember that scene on Family Guy when when Han Solo was about to get frozen? It's just like, I love you. And it's supposed to be like, I know, but on Family Guy, he cussed at her.
That's what I'm saying. Everything Family Guy did wasn't the same.
Yeah.
There's a few differences.
Yeah.
But, basically the gist of it is
Yeah,
kind
it's Star
The
Wars.
gist of
It's
it
Star
is-
Wars. Yeah.
Okay.
We probably just
I will do that.
a lot of Star Wars
Like the
fans.
real, no, I think everybody likes it. Like the real movie
They
doesn't
should.
have
I mean, come on. They can take a joke.
R2D2 holding a gun cocked to the side outside of the spaceship.
Oh, yeah.
It's a Family Guy. It's amazing. All right.
Isn't it, though? Classic, man.
How come? Oh, never mind. That was a dumb question.
Where?
How come Family Guy's not on Disney Plus? I said it was dumb. How come Bob Burgers is not on Disney Plus?
I don't know. Maybe it had a
It's
contract.
on Hulu still.
Yeah, it's on Hulu.
Hulu, but my Hulu has commercials, so I don't want
But
to watch.
shouldn't Family Guy be on Hulu?
It is, isn't it?
It's
Yeah.
Fox, right? Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's on Hulu.
I just gotta find the Star Wars episode.
Family Guy is on Hulu, though. Family Guy is on Hulu.
Yeah,
Okay.
my Hulu has commercials. I was hoping it was on Disney Plus, so I don't have to worry about commercials.
Did y'all know that Family Guy was on Hulu?
Let the hate flow through you.
All right, so I guess that's all we have on the Mandalorian season 2, episode 1. I did do a reaction with my wife. It's on YouTube, so I'll have that linked in the comment section or linked in the description.
And I also shared the link as well on our Facebook page, so it's out there.
So yeah, just make sure you guys check that out if you want to see our reaction to watching the episode. And first bit of news I had was Sean Connery unfortunately passed away over the weekend. So man, he was pretty up there in age. So
Yeah.
do we know where he died from? Or how
He
old
was 90.
He was
He was
90.
90. His
I want to
wife,
say natural causes.
his wife also said that he was suffering from dementia, which hadn't been mentioned before.
Oh,
But,
yeah, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah,
90.
but yeah, 90s. I was gonna say 90s old. It's a good age.
Yeah, especially for having dementia, he made it to 90. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 90.
Sean Connery.
So
What are we going to say?
obviously
He was
he
too
was
young.
iconic James Bond. Like, it's probably the person that you think of when you think of James Bond, unless you're whatever generation is after ours.
It don't matter if you haven't seen Sean Connery as James Bond. You need to.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he is hands down the best Bond. Like, Daniel Craig is cool and all, but Sean Connery played it with kind of like a suaveness. Is that a word? It is now.
It's a shampoo.
Okay. Definitely not that.
Oh, you're talking about different times.
A different type as well. I think that, like, just kind of like that coolness he exhibit, like being James Bond, like no one else has done that. So he is definitely the best James Bond. If you haven't seen it, I would suggest you watch it.
Yeah, and,
And then
And the
movies
worst
from
James Bond is obviously.
I was gonna say Roger Moore, or are we talking about George Lazenby?
Who?
He was in On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Oh, I don't
He was only in
know who
one.
that is.
Get your movie history
Yeah,
right. He was only in one movie. He wasn't good.
No, well,
okay, well maybe that's,
obviously. Yeah, that's why.
that's Peach. What's up then? He was only in one movie.
Who were you gonna say? Roger Moore?
Roger Moore was pretty bad.
Roger Moore is like somebody's granddad.
I mean, it wasn't believable, really, but I didn't even know about the other dude.
Oh,
The one that only had the one movie. I don't even remember.
because it was only in one movie.
What was it?
Was the movie itself good, or was it just him?
Secret Service.
On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even remember that one.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that obviously, sad. He had such iconic scenes, like when they tried to laser his scrotum off. That
And Goldfinger.
That had to be stressful.
Yeah.
It had to be stressful. A highly stressful situation.
yeah, but no, that was
I'm
iconic.
sure.
That was a real laser in that scene. And they
No.
cut it off.
No way. You made that up.
That has to be made up
That's high
It's
risk.
made up.
because
really high risk.
first of all,
I would do
What is
something.
gonna-
I really know how.
it might have been a real laser, but not one that was going to burn.
Well, they did say that he used his stunt double all the time.
Oh, really?
I'm like, it's like the 60s. Like, what were you doing?
What stunts were there? What dangerous stunts was he
Well,
doing?
in Thunderball, he had to swim with those sharks. So, that's that.
They had him really swimming with sharks?
Yeah, those were real. They weren't
Yeah,
fake
They
sharks.
were real sharks.
Oh, well, I guess they don't have the technology we do today, because like now they'll film somebody swimming and then film some sharks in the same water and then put the two together.
I'd rather that.
Yeah.
Look,
Look, if I'm an actor,
I don't want to swim with no dolphins for real.
yeah, man.
Because they crazy, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they beat you up with them bottle noses.
Yeah.
Then
No,
they laugh
dolphins are
about it.
awful.
I'm like,
Yeah,
if
they're
I'm an
terrible.
actor
Don't even get
and
me started on no orcas.
Ugh.
if I'm an actor and they're like, oh yeah, we need you to do the scene with this tiger or whatever, I'm like, sure, nope.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, I'm cool.
No.
If y'all want to get a cat painted orange with some stripes on it, put the camera like real close to it, yeah, I'm cool with that. But real tigers, no.
No, man.
Mm-mm.
Nah.
You can't predict what they're gonna do.
You better CGI a cat. It's easier to do that than anything else.
Really, I'm not doing that.
Mhm.
Stunt double all day. I'll sit on the sideline drinking coffee.
I might jump
ain't-
off
I ain't
of a
messing
building
around.
or something, but that's about it.
A low building.
Right. Then you jump off
Jump
like
off a
3
curb.
feet and then like let CGI make it look like you jumped 15
Oh, they
feet.
do that thing where you jump and then like they have another thing on the ground, and then so they cut the recording. Then you're on the ground and you jump again, and it records you landing. So you do a 2-foot jump. But
Man, hey, anything to create the illusion.
absolutely.
Just like in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers when they was in the Zord, they just put the cameras down their feet, make it look like they was big. It was just people in boxes.
You could tell
Good.
that was people in boxes, though.
I mean, yeah, but it's like what they did with the camera. It was like nothing high tech.
Yeah,
They just said put the cameras at their feet, and that's it.
All right.
So, I mean, it works.
I did have a little bit more James Bond news. So,
Wait a minute.
Mhm.
What?
Or is this all we got about Sean Connery? He did other things besides be James Bond.
Okay.
It's true. He was like in the. Was he the one that was in the League of Extraordinary?
He was. That was his last movie. He retired in 2003. He won an Oscar for being in The Untouchables, which you haven't seen. You should definitely watch. Untouchables is a good movie. Then he was in The Rock, which is always entertaining.
The Rock.
As a movie, yeah, it might not be that great of a movie, but it's highly entertaining.
He was in Entrapment. Entrapment.
Yeah, I think it's another one that's probably not good, but entertaining.
Zeta Jones.
Yes, the name I
Yes.
just said that you struggle to say. Sorry.
Yup.
All right.
I just leave the Zeta out. Captain Jones.
Okay.
Nobody knows who you're
Still no
talking about.
Right. That's
Yeah,
like
they
some
do.
random
Captain
person.
Jones.
Okay.
That's the person who works in your office.
It's not like Tommy Lee Jones. Like you got to say the Lee. You just say Tommy Jones.
Right.
Like
No, it's exactly like Tommy Lee Jones.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Not for me, it ain't.
All right. I'm sorry that I didn't have more on Sean Connery. My bad. I apologize.
You got anything on Sean Connery?
Doreen.
Oh wow.
Doreen.
I mean, you act like you haven't known me forever. No, I just thought like we only talk like, oh yeah, he was James Bond, but he did other things besides be James Bond. I thought that deserved a mention.
Role.
But it's not though. I mean, the Hunt for Red October.
Oh, that was a good.
Yeah, but it's still not his most iconic role.
He won an Oscar for The Untouchables.
When you when you think Sean Connery, you think James Bond. That's the first thing you think of when you think Sean.
But that's all you said. Like that's the only thing he did. Like 1983 was the last time he ever did anything relevant.
All right, fine. I'm sorry. Anyhow, I do have more news. Oh, by the way, you can hear the wind in Dan's house. I know it sounds like he has someone in the basement, but maybe he does, and we don't know. He's just saying it's the wind. Either way.
I let them out last week. I was getting sick of them.
Okay.
All right, so if you're wondering
what
that whistling sound is in the background, it is the wind. Because it's windy over here in the Midwest.
Very.
Moving on to the next bit of news that we have. Remember last week we mentioned that No Time to Die, MGM had talked to streaming services for No Time to Die, even though they were claiming that, oh yeah, no, we're committed to theaters. Well, we have more information on that. Apparently, they definitely did talk to some people. Only one streaming service was interested in it, and that was Apple. So only Apple was really interested in it, and apparently MGM wanted between $600 and $800 million for the movie.
What?
Yeah.
So they wanted the profit that they would have made.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not how that works. I'm pretty sure that's not how that works.
No, you gotta sell that at a discount. But I think something that they're losing like a ton of money by it not being released. I forgot what the exact number is, but it's like $3 million a day or something ridiculous. It might not be that, but I don't remember what it is. But it's a huge amount of money that they're losing by this movie not being released.
I don't lose $1 of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$3 million a day.
That's a little.
Yeah, I don't remember that's what the number was, but yeah. But I mean, to ask for $800 million though, that's dude. Come on now. Let's not be silly.
Yeah.
I wish I could go somewhere and ask for $800 million.
Right though.
I mean, have they done deals with streaming platforms before? Because, like, to think that they were going to pay out $800 million to stream, like, there's no way they make that money back on a streaming platform. They're not going to make it back.
Well, it's probably why they were asking for 800.
Well, I'm saying, like, if Netflix plays $800 million, Netflix is not.
Oh no, which is why they probably said, "No, dog, we cool." Because then Netflix doesn't make any money.
Yeah. Like,
so what would be the point of that?
I mean, if you're going to put it out, you have to know that you're going to take a loss from the movie. You know, not a loss, but less than what you thought you were going to make. But you're putting it out there so you can make a profit at some point. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with No Time to Die. Apparently, it's still coming out next April. We'll see.
Will it?
We'll see about that. But yeah, as our population dwindles here, we'll see if theaters actually open up. Next bit of news that I had, Oscar Isaac was cast as Moon Knight on Disney Plus for Marvel. So Marvel's Moon Knight, Oscar Isaac's going to be playing that, which that's a pretty good role. He was, of course, Apocalypse in X-Men Apocalypse, and Poe Dameron in the latest Star Wars series.
Who?
The pilot from the newest Star Wars movies.
Was he in all of the Star Wars movies?
Yes, he was a main character.
Was he in the one that Han Solo died in? That's the only one I've seen.
Yes, the first one. He was the pilot.
What pilot? They're always in a ship. That's not helpful.
He was in the very beginning of the movie.
There's a lot of ships in Star Wars.
Yeah. He was at the very beginning of the movie, and when Kylo Ren like destroyed that village or whatever. He was the one that was captured, and he was like, so how do we do this? Do you talk first or I talk first? Yeah, that was him.
Oh, I don't remember that at all.
He played Apocalypse in X-Men.
Yeah, he played.
He was purple though, so how am I supposed to know who he is?
And I don't blame him for that.
I mean,
he said that after it was done, he felt like that was the worst movie he has ever filmed.
Oh, it was.
After X-Men was done?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because Apocalypse was
he
awful.
got a check before he said that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he did. That's why he said it.
Yeah, that's why he said it.
As soon as that check cleared, he's like, yeah, this movie sucks. Yeah, I don't know who that is, but okay.
Okay, but I feel like he probably fits for the role. Moon Knight, if you don't know who Moon Knight is on Marvel, he is basically Marvel's Batman.
I thought Tony Stark was Marvel's Batman.
Except for he has multiple personality disorder.
Yes, he has dissociative identity disorder, also known as multiple personalities, which is interesting. So there's kind of this thing about him, like, he thinks he got his powers from, like, Egypt, like an Egyptian god or something like that, but then it's like he has DID, so it might just be one of his personalities and he thinks that that's what happened or whatever, you know. So kind of unknown thing about him, but I say he's Marvel's Batman because, like, the way, yeah, Tony Stark is Marvel's Batman, but, like, as a superhero he's completely different. This superhero is similar to Batman, even with the cape and everything. So this is going to be on Disney Plus. No.
Wait a minute.
Oh, yeah.
How many superheroes or villains have multiple personalities? Didn't we just learn that Hank Pym also has multiple personalities? Is that like a thing?
Yeah, they like to do that. Yeah. I mean, technically,
all have.
Yeah.
Because wasn't that person
And their regular ID.
What was her name? Typhoid Mary or something? What was on the last season?
She has DID, yeah.
See, we're using that too much. It's a lot.
It's very common in today's world. A lot of people got split personality.
Okay.
Well, not really. The people claiming, like, we're not talking about Beyonce talking about I'm Sasha Fierce. That's not a separate personality.
I mean, no, that's fake. But
That's an alter ego.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, like DID is like, it's a literal, like, their brain created a different person.
Saying,
basically. Yeah.
Comics are using this an awful lot, and maybe we should come up with some different powers.
Yeah,
we only named 3 different people.
Well,
is 3 not too much?
The Hawk? Did we count the Hawk? Because the Hawk is definitely
now we're at 4.
Okay. Yeah.
Is it not? Is he not 2 separate personalities?
It is 2 separate things.
Yeah. It is an alternate person within him. I think that counts as a DID. All right. So
if I knew more comic book characters, I could probably name a whole lot more.
Yeah, it's probably about Deadpool.
He doesn't.
Yeah, because in the comics he talks to several people, like, within himself. But I think they are actually.
That's because he's breaking the 4th wall, though. That's the difference.
No.
I don't know. I didn't think Deadpool was one, but maybe.
I'm gonna say no to that.
Okay, fine. All right.
Thank you.
What about Phoenix?
Thank you, Doreen.
That doesn't count because that's an outside force.
Okay,
that joined her.
It is someone else. Okay, yeah, okay.
It's completely someone else.
Okay, I got you. All right, fine. But anyway, it seems like it would be interesting. I feel like it's probably going to be along the lines of Netflix's Deadpool. That's kind of the vibe I get from his character. So I feel like it's going to be good. And a few other things, like I think they said the writer from the She-Hulk series is sitting in on the writing for this series. So there's obviously going to be some crossover between these. I think that's going to be pretty cool too.
Though.
Is it though? Why do you...
Because they don't seem to mix. But all right, I don't know about this Moon Knight guy. She-Hulk and Moon Knight?
Why not?
I don't know if I like it.
They do seem a little off. when you think about it. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they got some good writers that's gonna be able to mess this up real good.
I mean, we really don't know much on She-Hulk either, though.
Yeah.
You know,
enough.
I don't know. I feel like Marvel can cross over any of their stuff. They'll make it work.
We think they can.
I mean, it's a comic book. They cross over anyway. It's the same universe.
True.
I mean, yeah, technically, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So with that being said, my last bit of news: Green Lantern is going to be on HBO Max. We never mentioned it on this podcast, but apparently that was the thing. So they're coming out with a TV show, a Green Lantern TV show. On HBO Max.
Interesting.
Yeah. Very
Who's playing Green Lantern?
I don't know. I don't think all that's set yet.
Which one are they following?
Oh, so it's like brand new.
I don't know.
Yeah, because you got James Stewart, Hal Jordan,
John Stewart.
Yeah.
John Stewart,
Hal Jordan, Guy
Gardner.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
and
was
you
gonna
got
say so many wrong things. I was gonna say Guy Pearce, Guy Fieri.
I know you were, because that's the names that popped up in my head, and I was like, none of those are right.
I was like, that's not his name.
And then you got Kyle.
Oh,
I forget his last name.
Rayner?
Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So any one of those 5.
Okay. I guess we don't have to watch this, right?
I'm not paying for HBO Max.
No.
Okay.
Not yet. Unless 3D Rivals can pay for HBO Max. I'm not getting another streaming service. I'm done with the streaming services. I will get a trial when Justice League comes out. And that's about it.
I bet they pull a Disney Plus and cancel the free trials.
I will pay for 1 month and then cancel. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh, no. I wholeheartedly agree, because that's exactly what I planned on doing.
Yeah. You can reach out to us on Facebook, as Derek mentioned. It's facebook.com/3D Rivals. And we're also on Twitter at 3_Rivals on Twitter. And we're on Gmail, 3drivals@gmail.com. Also, if you were looking to start a podcast, you can do that as well. We use Buzzsprout, and it is hands down the easiest and best way to launch and promote and track your podcast. Your show can be online and listened to in all the major podcast directories like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more within minutes of you finishing your recording. So if you're looking to start a podcast, check out our affiliate link below, and you can sign out for Buzzsprout yourself. With that being said, I'd like to thank everyone for watching. Peace out.
Peace out.